the heliconia, right?
Yeah.
And this is, I always tell the girls that this is one of those flowering plants that were introduced by the British because of the exotic look it provides. So you see like bird park and the zoo, you see lots of it.
Yeah, so there are a few that, well, these horticultural plants are like people, right? These tropical cities are kind of cosmopolitan. The plants come from all over the world. This area in the 70s, 80s, up to the 90s was used as a nursery, right? So there's a lot of horticultural stuff. That's a powder puff.
Powder puff.
Powder puff. That's also South American.
South American.
But you can see the flower is actually, this is just a big version of that mimosa.
Oh, okay.
Right?
It does behave that way?
Yeah.
Really?
Does it close and
That's
open?
like a mimosa, so the sensitive plant. So the one flower, sorry ants, you see the ants really love the nectar, yeah?
Mm.
Okay. The one flower is,
Ah, she's here. We can ask her about the water.
that's the one flower. There.
Oh.
So what you're seeing is one whole ball of flowers.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sean, you want to ask her about the canal?
Yeah, you guys are so fast.
The run is in Asrama.
Asrama, okay. Thank you. So this is a bean flower, but in the bean family there are three. I mean, this is botanical. You don't need to know it, but they will have a bean pod, but it's just that beans they have. The typical bean is like those pictures you see in the books, has a big petal like this and some boat-shaped thing like that, right? But there's actually three distinct groups of beans, and one of them is what's called.
But this one doesn't really close, right?
No, so this one's called the mimosa type, where the long.
Oh, just a
long
mimosa, but it
stamens,
doesn't respond in the same way.
Just the
as-
same
no, the
flower
leaves,
type.
no. But,
Just the same family.
But many of these, not this one, but some members of this
Will close.
family have leaves that will close at night. Yeah.
Okay. So this is called powdered puff.
Powder puff, yeah.
Where is the sweet part for this?
Oh, so it's inside. I think we can also guess from where the ants are going in.
The center, the
See how
balls.
they go,
Is
yeah,
it the balls?
they're going. They're
It looks
I don't
around
know
like
if-
a base. Of,
yeah, they're at the base. So I don't know if in between the flowers or actually inside. So we might be able to
Close at night.
open.
Yeah lah, now hot season.
No, I don't see.
Probably in those balls. I think.
Yeah. So I don't see the nectar here.
Mm.
Oh, there is a little nectar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like you said, at night, some of these species, not this one, but some will close.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I think so beans already have a mechanism to move the leaves, and I think the mimosa just kind of took that basic design and modified it further to be sensitive to touch.
the other thing, there's always this association with these big leafy palms as being part of the primary forest.
Yeah.
So, like for example, some kids may say, oh, are these from the primary forest? Because like, they watch Jurassic Park and they see this huge...
Some are, but so in tropical Asia though, most of the palm in the rainforest are the rattan. If you went to South America, there's no climbing palms. It's just all standing palms.
Okay.
So that in the South American rainforest, you have lots of.
So this is considered like a...
this is the torch ginger.
Oh, this is the torch
You know
ginger.
the rojak.
The rojak,
Oh.
the pinkish,
Yes.
the flower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is...
So, is at the tube at the root side?
Yeah, so I don't know if they harvest.
Normally it grows up and then you see like a flower, then they use that. For
See,
the
like you see those. Okay,
torch,
so,
Torch.
so these big ones are the leaves, right? But I think that those smaller ones coming up in the bottom, those are possibly the flowers.
So that torch ginger part is which part?
So you
The
like
roots,
it will like grow up like this, right? Grows up, then you see like a flower.
Uh-huh.
Then after the flower dies off, there's the fruit, right?
Right. So what we eat when rojak is what they sell at the market, right?
Yeah.
It's just this pink
Yes,
thing.
correct.
That's the flower. It's actually many flowers.
Yeah.
It's the flower stalk
Okay.
before it matures.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's still developing,
I see.
and then when you
Oh, before it matures,
Before it
it's not
matures,
after.
Not after, before.
Oh, okay, I always thought it's
Yeah.
after.
So it's the buds. So if you peel that thing back, you can actually see the flower buds inside.
They use that also for, you know, like the Japanese food. The pink, some places have the pink. That's the same thing, right?
Oh, that one myoga. That one is that's the roots. No,
Oh,
the flower buds of a
flower
different
buds.
species.
Oh, it's a
yeah.
different species.
Yeah, different species.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't see the flowers now because it has outgrown that.
Yeah. Either they finished or people are harvesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It could be all these things, is it? They cut it off.
Oh, there's an old one. You can see the brown dried up.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
So could this looks like it's been cut?
Yeah. So this
Could it
one.
be
Possible,
the-
you know, someone could have cut it
Well,
off.
that's another interesting thing about this ginger, right? Well, they're related to banana.
Okay.
Right? They're
they
they're
just
related to banana.
fruit
So
one.
yeah, but what looks like, so most people will say this is the stem of the upright stem, right, of the ginger. But actually the ginger has no upright stem. These are just leaves.
Oh.
It's like a banana.
Okay, so everything
you know
is, yeah.
but when you cut the banana leaf, you see all these concentric
Yes.
rings, right? Those rings are the leaves, and the leaves are packed very tightly to give what is like a trunk, but it's not built from stem. It's from.
Any reason why is it different?
I think it's
Why did they evolve in this one?
So I think partly is it doesn't have the mechanism to grow. So I think partly is just they have a certain constraint. Maybe in the same way like people, we don't have the. You know, it'd be great if we were like say starfish, where if we lose a limb, the limb would just grow back like that. But we have, for some reason, the way we develop doesn't permit that. So we're kind of constrained by our own development. So I think likewise the gingers and their relatives, the bananas and the heliconia, none of them have stem, conventional upright stem. All of them have leaves that are packed together to give you. So you can even see it in heliconia actually. So this one. Okay, so this would correspond to the tall, right?
Yeah.
So if you actually start peeling back,
Oh.
See, all form.
so every leaf in this one is actually originating here,
Oh, I see.
Right.
That's interesting.
right? So it had to come up with a different solution to the question of how can you grow upright.
So it's the leaf that makes it stiff enough to grow.
Exactly, yeah, because its development does not permit the development.
So the leaf become longer and longer.
The leaf becomes longer and longer, and they pack really tight. So actually, each new leaf is coming from the middle, pushes all the other ones to the side.
Oh.
You know,
yeah.
and so the youngest leaf is always coming up from the dead center. So these are all old leaves here. See, this is a part of a leaf too. This one,
Okay, all the way until the center.
and it goes all.
So the center
you see-
leaf is still
It's the
alive.
youngest one.
Yeah, it's young. You see how it gets skinnier and skinnier. This is, and then
Yeah.
inside this is some other young leaves never yet,
Haven't come up yet.
maybe haven't come up.
Oh, so the youngest one is inside.
Right, the
Inside,
tip.
yeah,
Youngest one is the one right at the tip now,
yeah,
right?
that's right. So I
Oh,
could,
that's-
So it keeps splitting and more.
or it doesn't. So it just stays
Packed this way.
packed this way,
And
right? That's why when you
the
go to
younger one's the tallest one.
yeah, it's like this one here. See, this is the youngest,
Ah,
this
smell
one,
is
right?
So young.
But it's actually going all
Oh,
the way
yeah,
inside.
yeah,
Yeah. And if you actually peeled each one
I see.
back and back, you'd be just left with this one.
Yeah.
So with a lot of living things, they have this developmental constraint, but sometimes so they can modify other stuff.
What is this called again?
This
Heliconia.
one is a heliconia.
Heliconia, Nobody eats it, right?
No, although in some species this fruit becomes fleshy and animals might eat it.
Okay, not
So
human.
yeah,
beings.
actually there's a heliconia, a ginger and banana all in the same place. They're all related to each other, and you can actually see they're built in more or less the same way.
The bees are turning this way because of
The,
Yeah.
is it infection or?
Yeah, so you can actually, if it's this one, you can scrape them off. This is some sort of like a lichen.
Oh, it's a lichen now.
Yeah, it's lichen or sometimes. So it's lichen. That's
So is it like a
It's not parasitic.
not
Not really, right? Because lichen normally is not parasitic.
It impacts the plant because it's taking away
Yeah.
the light.
Okay.
But it's not actually drawing any
Nutrients.
nutrients.
Where does it need to grow on the leaf?
So basically, they're opportunists. So they're going to grow on any surface that's.
Oh,
Conducive.
can be the
Yeah.
floor, can be anywhere.
Yeah, but what's interesting again is a lot of our tropical trees they stay green year
Yeah.
round, right?
Yeah.
So they're not like those temperate ones drop their leaves. So a lot of our plants, look how tall this Dracaena is, right? Dracaena, so tall, and yet it's got leaves all the way down to here. Well, down here,
All the way to the base.
Oh,
right? So
so it's
this must be the age. Its age is when this tree was still only this small. So in the meantime, this one leaf has lived through the whole life of that kind of expansion. So that leaf could be 15 years old.
also this similar mechanism whereby there's not a stem, it's just make up a
Oh
leaf.
no! This one has a stem, but with these tropical. So the question is why in the tropics do you get this kind of lichen? And partly is because the leaves live for so long that you see these lichens have time to develop.
Oh,
Right, so this patch of lichen could be 10 years old,
wow.
but the reason why it can thrive is because the leaves themselves have a very long lifespan. So I think tropical plants have to deal with kind of every place has its
Own challenge.
own challenges. So in a cold place, the challenge is how do you get enough energy to produce new leaves every year.